If you hate your body, or if you have ever hated your body or not liked what you see when you look in the mirror, this video is for you. I'm going to just cut to the chase and not keep it cute. I'm going to keep it blunt today because I feel like this is a message that a lot of women need to hear. So here is the taboo topic that people like to dance around and not really talk about, is that, and this is what I've noticed, that I really want you to listen. Listen carefully when I say this, okay? Most women don't hate their bodies because of what they're actually seeing in the mirror. They hate their bodies because of what they think other people see, what they think other people think of their body, not actually because of the body that they are looking at in the mirror, as twisted as that sounds. Why is this? Many reasons. Beauty standards, images pushed on us about how a woman should look, all kinds of things, passing comments from strangers, just criticism, subtle forms of criticism that we have been fed since we were little, basically, and especially images in the media. You have been trained to outsource your self-worth. That's the topic of today's video, is validation, and why transforming your body in a healthy way, reaching your fitness goals, your health goals in a healthy way, will also help you not seek validation anymore, which will literally free your mind and your energy to go beyond what you thought was possible. Okay, that's my story and the story of a lot of my clients. You have been trained to outsource your self-worth, okay? You've been trained to look for approval in likes. We obviously see it on social media. That's the most obvious example. But even in smaller ways, like glances or looks from other people, comments from people, like I said, sometimes it can even be a passing comment, something that wasn't meant to be taken that way, but for some reason, we kept it in our minds. Maybe somebody called you chubby when you were little and you carry that with you, or repeatedly, especially when people repetitively tell you the same thing, you do start to believe it. That could be what it is. Compliments even can stick with you, and then you begin to look at your body like, okay, this is my strength, this is my weakness. Like, we literally learn to judge our own bodies through the opinions of other people. We learn to place their perception of us on a higher pedestal than our own perception of ourselves. Okay, this is a core issue that creates body dysmorphia, that creates body image issues, problems in self-confidence, and an overall discontentment with how you look. Okay, so you've been trained for that. It's not just you. You're not crazy. You're not the only person that's always thinking about food 24/7, always thinking about how you look, picking yourself apart when you're trying on clothes, when you go shopping, can't even enjoy the shopping experience because you are so self-conscious. You are not the only person that's going through that, okay? There's a reason that this happens, and when it doesn't come, when that approval or perceived validation doesn't come, you spiral, right? Like, you start to have those negative thoughts. You literally starve yourself, okay? That's literally the preceding thing that happens before you do extreme things like starving yourself. You obsess over what you're eating, over how you look, and then what's the next step? Let's guess. You give up. That's the next part of this toxic cycle that I spent so many years of my life in, so I understand, okay? It's exhausting. First of all, it's exhausting, and until you get on the other side of it, you don't know how much of an energy suck all of this noise in the background of your head is taking up in your life, until you get rid of it and you're like, wow, I can do so much more with my time, with my day, okay? So it's stealing your energy, it's exhausting, it's stealing your joy, and even worse than that, this obsession over our bodies, over how we look. Even worse, I think the biggest thing that it's costing us is that it's stealing our potential, because it's stealing our energy. How can we focus on other things if we are so obsessed, if we are putting so much focused attention on the things that are wrong with us? That's basically putting your faith in the wrong place. And obviously that's a huge energy suck that just creates so many problems, especially when you become problem focused and not solution oriented. You're not in solution consciousness, right? So imagine this, right? Imagine this. You wake up, whatever your room looks like, whatever your home looks like, you wake up and you feel proud that you take care of yourself. You feel proud of how you take care of yourself. You have that sense of pride, that sense of like, I did it, okay? That sense of relief. You move your body, you work out, even just movement in general goes beyond working out in a gym, you know, just being active. You nourish yourself, you make decisions that serve your body instead of fight against it, and you track your progress, not for praise, not for other people's thoughts and opinions, but because it literally feels good inside. Okay, just imagine, even if this sounds like so, like it will never happen, just imagine a world in which it does, okay? Again, go with me on this ride, right? You're no longer obsessed with being smaller. You're no longer obsessed with being super skinny, being super thin. Not to say there's anything wrong with that. I believe that you have the right to look however it is that you want to look, as long as you're healthy. That's your right, okay? But for the people who feel pressure to belong in this body that is not natural to them, okay, and doesn't necessarily signify health, they're doing it more for aesthetic purposes, I understand that pressure. It's so real, but just imagine and close your eyes, you're no longer obsessed with that. Just, can you even imagine? You're no longer obsessed with being smaller. You're focused on being stronger, mentally and physically. And let me tell you something. If you want a strong body, it's a package deal, okay? A strong body comes with a strong mind, okay? It's hand in hand. It's not like one exists without the other. You're focused on being stronger, not just smaller, okay? You're focused on being stronger mentally and physically. And suddenly you don't care what anybody thinks, because you know who you are. That's your freedom. That's your power, okay? That's where you want to come from. You want to come from a place of like, anything that anybody else has to say about your body doesn't affect you or trigger you, is probably the better word. It doesn't trigger you anymore because you feel content. You feel happy with who you are. Not only how you look, but who you are as a person, okay? I have a very vulnerable and, you know, I don't even know, I guess a story time you can call it, about this one time that I was dating someone that I really, really liked, and I was actually with him for a long time. This is in the past, no hard feelings since then, but I did share a story on my YouTube channel about how triggering it was when he implied that I had to lose weight, okay? I'll link that somewhere on the screen so that you can see how I worked through that trigger in real time. I totally understand how triggering it can be to not be happy with your body image, to know that you could be doing more and not knowing where to start, or feeling like it's literally impossible for you because you've tried so many times, okay? And the thing about this is that when of course I was triggered into wanting to transform my body because of that comment and how much it hurt me. But once I got into the body that I wanted, once I did that, it doesn't matter what anyone has to say, right? Because I felt so confident. It was petty weight, but I felt so confident after I did that. I felt like I really worked hard on myself to achieve those results, and I was so proud, so happy, and nobody can take that confidence away once you have it. Okay, so the thing about validation, right? Whether it's coming from your romantic partner, whether it's coming from friends, is that it is like a drug. Even if you post online, you can become addicted to the validation of literal strangers, right? To the public, likes, comments. We live in the age of social media. It's not uncommon, right? Validation is a drug, but you can detox, okay? You can detox. And you can train your brain to rely on evidence and not opinions. What do I mean by that? The only evidence that matters, this is what you want to start gauging your worldview on. The only evidence that matters is the way that you treat yourself. The results that you see and how it feels inside of your body to show up fully for your health, to show up fully for your health transformation. Self-respect is a lot louder than approval, okay? You're no longer a slave to other people's opinions, other people's thoughts. Self-respect transcends all of that, okay? That's where I'm trying to meet you guys at, on that higher level. And when you stop waiting for permission to love your body, That's what validation is. If you're seeking validation, you're basically waiting on permission to enjoy your life, to enjoy your body. And half of the time, it's coming from judgment of people who aren't even happy with theirs, but I digress. When you stop waiting for permission to love your body, you literally get your life back, okay? It's deep. It's beyond vanity, body transformation, weight loss, fitness goals, health. True health and wellness is beyond vanity, okay? If you're ready to make that transition, if you're ready to stop giving your power away in the name of feeling validated by other people's opinions, by the public's opinions, by passing strangers, by your own self-criticism, download my free 5-day body and mind reset guide available on my page below to help you just on that beginner level reconnect with your body from a place of strength and trust. And if you're serious about changing your body and your mindset for good, there is no better place for you than in my 12-week one-to-one body transformation program. That program is linked below in the description. It's 12 weeks of deep, potent transformation. I promise you in this time frame, anything that has to come up will come up, and we will work through it together. You are not alone in the process of wanting to transform your body, okay? I'm here for you. Check out those resources in the description below, and I will see you next time. Let me know your thoughts on this video, and if you understand what I mean when I talk about this deep-rooted sense of needing validation from other people in order to feel good about yourself.